guys, welcome to Easy Health channel. Today I'll describe about the strategies, the best and proven methods by which you can solve paragraph headings in an effective way. And this is the method which I use to get 7.5 bands in IELTS reading. So stick to the end of the video and I'll describe out each and every step how you can use it in your advantage. Before starting, if you want to know about the latest cue cards, the videos about cue cards, you can click the above I button now, and I'll also put a description below of the playlist of the cue cards. If you like this video, please click the like button and comment below about if you what are the strategies you use here reading. So let's see what are the tips and strategies which you should employ in order to solve the paragraph heading questions in an effective way. So if you want to know about the strategies, please type yes in the comment box and I'll start about the tips and strategies which you have to employ in your paragraph heading question so that you can get the higher band score easily. Here are the tips and strategies which you should use in the paragraph heading section in this type of question. The first tip is never do the headings first. You should never do headings because for doing that you have to read the whole paragraph, which I believe is wastage of time. You should do the rest of the questions first and you get familiar with the paragraph so you can find headings easily. The second tip is never read the paragraph first. First you have to read all of the headings and then you should go for the paragraph. The third one is you should read all the headings. If you are not doing it, then you are wasting time. You should read all the headings, and this leads us to the fourth tip, which is find the keywords in headings given. You should read all the headings, mark out the keywords which you think are the most important one, and then move on to the passage, the sections, A section, B section, or any other. Then you should mark the words in the passage and make sure that you underline also so that it becomes an image in your mind. Then it would be easy to compare. So for starting the passage, always start with the smallest paragraph. Sixth is locate any keywords matching. You should locate the words in the passage and then you should compare it with all the options available of headings. If you're doing so, then eliminate all non-possible answers which are totally irrelevant or contradicting. Eliminate those, and then the remaining ones, whether they are 1, 2 or 3, then you should translate and compare the headings and the keywords located in the passage. The 10th is skip any difficult question. If you are finding difficulty in any question, then you should seriously skip it. If you're doing it, then I believe that you are wasting your time. You should skip it, and if you get time, then do that question at the last. The 11th is do not show the temptation to solve the question. If, for example, spending 3 to 5 minutes on one matching heading, then it is seriously the wastage of time. Instead, you should go on and do another paragraph and do the questions of that. It might be much easier than that. If you are spending too much time on one question, you are wasting time. You are lowering your bands. You will not get time for the last paragraph or the rest of the questions. Do all the questions, rest of the question, then come to heading. And for vocabulary, the words which you cannot understand, make a guess. Think what can be the meaning of it. Like you should guess it with the line. What is the meaning of it? So that makes it easier to understand. And the last one is cross the answer chosen. The word which you have marked down, you should cross it so that you don't get confused while doing the other questions or choosing other options. One technique on which we are focusing now is translate and compare. You should translate it and compare it. So how to compare? You should ask the 3 questions to yourself whenever you are about to find the answer. Is it same or true? Is it relevant? Or is it described in paragraph? So ask these 3 questions. If you get any of the answer in this as yes, then you have your answer. Okay guys, so here I have some questions from 14 all the way up to 20, and we have one paragraph already described of that. So it is the third one, and in the instructions we do not see any kind of repetition, or there is no note where we are asked that any heading can be repeated. So if there is nothing about repeat, so we do not have to repeat anything. The heading of paragraph B is third, so we have to just cross it out so that we do not get confused with it. So let's start with smallest paragraph. First of all, before starting, what you have to do is you have to do all the questions which are next, or the other question like true false not given, fill in the blanks, yes no, or other type of questions. Do these kind of things at last. If you are going to do first, then you will really get confused and you will not get time to complete all of your sections. So it can be very difficult for you, and you may go with the hit and trial method, which may lead to the wrong answer, and thus your reading score will be decreased. So always check out that which one is the smallest paragraph. So here we have paragraph from A to D and paragraph E to F. So as you can see, the F paragraph is the smallest one. So before starting, what we have to do is we have to read all of the headings and we have to mark the keywords. So let's start with the first one. Scientists, okay, so this is a great word, call for a revision of policy. Revision means it is change. Okay, so the second is an explanation of reduced water use. So we have here four words: explanation of reduced water use. The fourth one is irrigation systems fall into disuse. It means that irrigation systems are not used properly. Fifth one is environmental effects. Both are keywords. Sixth is the financial cost of recent technological improvements. The seventh one is relevance to health. It is addressing, or to we can say that focusing on the concern over increasing population concern addressing. A surprising downward trend in demand of water. The need to raise standards. A description of ancient water supplies. So these are all the keywords which we have marked out, and now let's see what is in the paragraph number F, because it is the smallest paragraph. The reason why I told you that you have to do at last, because if you do the all other questions first, then you will get familiar with the ideas and the other things of the paragraph or specific information you can find. So let's start with F. Fortunately and unexpectedly, the demand for water is not rising as rapidly as some predicted. As a result, the pressure to build new water infrastructure has diminished over the past 2 decades, although population, industrial output, and economic productivity have continued to soar. Soar means increased in developed nations. The rate at which people withdraw water from aquifers, rivers, and lakes has slowed, and in a few parts of the world, demand has actually fallen. It is about the demand of water not rising. So here we see the scientists call for revision. Is there anything about scientists? No. Put a cross in front of it. Okay, so we do not get any kind of explanation of reduced water, but we do get the reduced water use, but we do not have the explanation of it. So answer, this is not correct. Next is irrigation systems fall into disuse. Is there anything about irrigation? Is there? No. So it is also not correct. Environmental effects, nothing about it. Financial cost of recent technological improvements. We did not have the word financial cost, recent technological improvements. So it is also wrong. Put a cross in front of it. The relevance to health, nothing about health, that is also wrong. Addressing the concern over increasing population. We do have the keywords increasing and population, as you can see here. Although population, industrial output, and economic productivity have continued to soar. Soar means increase, but we do not get anything which can be concerned or the concerns. So this one is also not correct. A surprising downward trend in demand for water. So that seems to be good. The demand for water is not rising as rapidly as some predicted. It means there is a downward trend. Just put it down there. Although population, industrial output, and economic productivity have continued to soar in developed nations, the rate at which people withdraw water from aquifers, rivers, and lakes has slowed, and in a few parts of the world, demand has actually fallen. So it is something which is not good. Like when our population rises, we usually assume that the demand for water will also increase, but here it is not. So downward trend of demand for water, that seems to be okay. So just quickly check out other two options also. The need to raise standards. Did we had anything about standards in this? No. So that is also not correct. A description of ancient water supplies. Ancient water supplies, we did not have that keyword, so that is also not correct. So what is the F paragraph's answer? That is 9. So cross that down. Okay, so we have found one answer. Let's check out all the options. Scientists call for a revision? No. An explanation for reduced water use? No. Irrigation systems fall into disuse? No, nothing about that. Environmental effects? No. Financial cost of recent technological improvements? No. We do get the word cost, but there was nothing about the technological improvement. That's why it is no. Relevance to health? No. Addressing the concern over increasing population? No. The need to raise standards? Yes. A description of ancient water supply? No. So we do get the one that is need to raise standards. That is the option number 10. Okay, now we have completed two paragraphs, so let's check out which one is the smallest one next. That is paragraph number A. Okay, so the history of human civilization is entwined with the history of the ways we have learned to manipulate water resources. Human civilization manipulate water resources. As towns gradually expanded, water was brought from increasingly remote sources, leading to sophisticated engineering efforts such as dams, aqueducts. At the height of Roman Empire, which was in the past, okay, we got something about the past. 9 major systems with an innovative layout of pipes and well-built sewers supplied the occupants of Rome with as much water per person as is provided in many parts of the industrial world today. Okay, so in the past, at the height, at the maximum point of Roman Empire, the occupants of Rome received as much water per person as we got today. So it is about the past. So let's check out all the options. Main, we got one word that is about the past. Scientists call for a reason? No. An explanation of reduced water uses? No. Irrigation systems fall into disuse? No. Environmental effects? No. Financial cost of recent? No. Relevance to health? No. Addressing the concern over increasing population? We do not get anything about increasing population. And the last one is a description of ancient water supplies. Yes, that is your answer. We got some description about ancient water supplies, which is the Roman Empire. So our answer for the A is 11th. Okay, so we got the one another answer. Cross it down. Okay, so we are now left with 4 options only. Okay, so next is I'll do paragraph number C. Yet there is dark side to this picture. Despite our progress, half of world's population still suffers with water services inferior means lesser to those available to the ancient Greeks and Romans. If we compare it, we get to know that in the ancient Greeks and Roman period, the people used to get more water than the half of the world. So we can say that even with our progress, the population still suffers. Next, we read out as the United Nations report on access to water reiterated in November 2001, more than 1 billion people lack access to clean drinking water. Some 2.5 billion do not have adequate sanitation services. Preventable water-related diseases kill an estimated 10,000 to 20,000 children every day. And the latest evidence suggests that we are falling behind in efforts to solve these problems. Okay, so we got something that water services is less. Okay, so let's check out all the options again. Scientists call for revision. We didn't get the word scientist. That option is wrong. Explanation for reduced water usage. No. Irrigation systems fall into disuse. No. Environmental effects. No. Financial cost. No. Relevance to health. Okay, we got it. Relevance to health. What here I found? Population still suffers. Do not have adequate sanitation services. Preventable water related diseases. Okay, water related, we got the word water. So here is it is relevance. It means related to the health. So that can be the possible answer. Addressing the concern over increasing population now, and rest we have already marked, so we do not have to search for those. So we got one word, that is, we got one option, that is relevance to health. So for the C, I'll mark down relevance to health. That is option number 7. Cross down the 7th option. Okay, so now we are left with 3. So I'll start with the paragraph number D. The consequences of water policies extend beyond jeopardizing human health. Jeopardizing human health. Jeopardize means to make worse. Tens of millions of people have been forced to move from their homes, often with little warning or compensation, to make way for the reservoirs behind dams. More than 20% of all freshwater fish species are now threatened or endangered because of dams, and water withdrawals have destroyed the free-flowing river ecosystems where they thrive, means where they live, the fishes. Certain irrigation practices degrade soil quality and reduce agricultural productivity. Groundwater aquifers are being pumped down faster, it means the water from the wells, then they are naturally replenished in parts of India, China, and the USA and elsewhere. And disputes over shared water resources have led to violence and continue to raise local, national, and even international tensions. So, in the first part, we got some words here, that is fish species, freshwater fish species, they are now threatened. Those are the part of environment, and the water withdrawals have destroyed free flowing river ecosystem environment. Certain irrigation practices degrade soil quality and reduce agricultural productivity. So these all are related to your or our environment. So first option is scientists call for revision now, an explanation for reduced water usage now. Irrigation system fall into disuse. We got the word irrigation system. That can be possible. Environmental effects, yes, that can be possible. Financial cost, no. Addressing the concern over increasing population, no. Okay, so we have two options. Irrigation system fall into disuse. The main thing is the dams are built for irrigation usually, and irrigation is in the just two parts or two lines of this. So here it is about the irrigation, certain irrigation practices, but the main thing, the here and the this one part, it is totally about environment. So the correct answer is environment, not irrigation systems fall into disuse. So we have marked the option number 5th. Okay, so 17th. At the outset of new millennium or the new century, however, the way resource planners think about water is beginning to change. The focus is slowly shifting back. Okay, focus is slowly shifting back, and resource planners to the provision of basic human and environmental needs as top priority, ensuring some for all instead of more for some. Some water experts are now demanding that existing infrastructure be used in smarter ways rather than building new facilities, which is increasingly considered the option of last not first resort. This shift in philosophy has not been universally accepted, and it comes with strong opposition from some established water organizations. Nevertheless, it may be the only way to address successfully the pressing problems of providing everyone with clean water to drink, adequate water to grow food, and life free from preventable water related illnesses. Okay, so here we got some words like water experts, resource planners. What resource planners now think is they are slowly shifting back to provision of basic human environmental needs as top priorities, ensuring some for all and instead of more for some. So they are calling a change here. Some water experts are now demanding that existing infrastructure be used in smarter ways rather than building new facilities. So here you got the answer. So what it is, scientists? Can we write resource planners and water experts? Yes, we can write. So we have this option and explain. Let's check out other options too. An explanation for reduced water use? No. Irrigation system fall into disuse? No. Financial cost of recent technological improvements. We do have some words like related to finances, but we did not have anything related to recent technological improvements. So that option is also not correct. Addressing the concern over increasing population? No. Okay, so we have just first as our option. Scientists are called as resource planners and water experts. So that is your answer of E, that is the first. Okay, so now we are left with the last paragraph, that is paragraph G. What explains this remarkable turn of events? Two factors: people have figured out how to use water more efficiently, and communities. Okay, so we got the word how to use water more efficiently. People have figured out, so people know how to use water efficiently. And communities are rethinking their priorities for water use. Throughout the first three quarters of 20th century, the quantity of fresh water consumed per person doubled on average in the USA. Water withdrawals increased tenfold while the population quadrupled. But since 1980, the amount of water consumed per person has actually decreased thanks to a range of new technologies. Okay, we got the word new technologies that help to conserve water in homes and industry. In 1965, for example, Japan used approximately 13 million gallons of water to produce $1 million of commercial output. By 1989, this had dropped 3.5 million gallons, even accounting for inflation, almost a quadrupling of water productivity. In the USA, the water withdrawals have fallen by more than 20% from their peak. So it is about the new technologies which save water, which conserve water. Okay, so let's check out an explanation for reduced water use. That can be yes. Irrigation systems, we do not have any words for that. Financial cost of recent technological improvements, no, because we do not have any word about financial cost. We do have words about producing the commercial output in money, $1 million, but we didn't know that, we do not get to know that it is about the financial cost, so we do not have to put it. Addressing the concern over increasing population, no, so we have the second as our right option for the G paragraph. So don't forget to cross it. So here are all the answers of today. So these are the all strategies and tips which you can apply to your paragraph heading questions, and you can achieve higher band score in your IELTS reading test. Please subscribe to my channel over here, and if you want to know about the cue cards, that is up here, and the most recent upload, that is here. So please subscribe to my channel, like it, and comment below if you find it interesting. That's all for today. Thank you.